Okay, I'll start the video.
Connector creates opportunities for people with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. On Service Mondays, we highlight a local organization or initiative. On December 11th, learn about Neil Squire Society and the Work BC's Assistive Technology Program. Then on December 18th, join us for our holiday trivia event where you can test your knowledge of traditions, movies, songs, and more. We have a new program starting in December, Creative Writing. Classes will be online Tuesdays at 4 p.m. PT. Wednesdays are Chair Yoga with Bobby Seal-Kabisky. Thursdays are Adaptive Fitness with Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Fridays are Contemporary Improv Dance Classes with Janice Lawrence. Visit the events calendar on Connector's website, connector.org, for more information and to register for events.
Okay, Sarah, you can start.
Awesome. Thank you. So, hello. I'm Sarah, and I'm joined by Tamsin today. And we're going to talk to you and introduce you to Curiko. And I see Elizabeth here, who I know. Hi,
Hi.
Elizabeth. So nice that you were able to join us today. So I think I'm just going to dive right in, and we're going to share some slides and talk a bit, but and I'll let more people, if they join, know, but please feel free to interrupt us at any time or to put any questions or comments in the chat. This is more of a presentation, but we're always open to having a conversation. So let's do it. Awesome. Can you guys see that okay? Awesome. So Curiko. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what Curiko is, what exactly we do. We're going to talk about why Curiko. Why do we do what we do? We're then going to do a little bit of exploring. We're going to look at curiko.ca. We're going to talk a little bit about coaching and what that looks like for Curiko. And then we're going to wrap it all up and end with talking about how you can get started, what it means to connect with Curiko. But before we dive right in, I do like to take a quick moment to kind of ground ourselves in a bit of a land acknowledgement. So I am joining from Vancouver, which is on the ancestral and unceded traditional territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. Curiko recognizes that moving towards reconciliation and equality requires more than just practices like land honorings. It requires shifting our ways of thinking and also how we structure power. In other words, it requires transformation. And this is something that we are trying to do as we work towards co-creating communities where every human is valued and belongs. Doing this work asks that we both bear witness to the pain and to ongoing acts of Indigenous resistance, truth-telling, ceremony, and healing. But let's start with this. Curiko. So this big word, and I often like to ask people, what do they think Curiko means? And they often tell me all sorts of things. First, they say, oh, I've never heard that word. I don't know this word. And sometimes people feel a little shy about it. Well, you shouldn't know what it means. It is a completely made up word. But part of what we think that it reminds us of is this idea of curiosity, maybe a little bit of creativity. It's kind of fun to say. It's not something you hear all the time. It's a little new and exciting. And that's kind of what Curiko is. It is, a place for new opportunities of connection and curiosity, and often done in quite creative ways. And so that's kind of all wrapped into our name. So what actually is it? So Curiko is a community building platform where anyone can share moments of connection, learning, and exploration by going on experiences. So it is a platform that really cares a lot about accessibility and adaptability and being welcoming for both people with and without disabilities. So Curiko is really a space where anyone can find a spot. And so this is kind of done by offering all sorts of different kinds of experiences at different times of the day, online, in person, and even sent to your home as boxes. With Curiko, you can learn new things, but also share what you love. Anyone can go on an experience, and anyone can work with us to create an experience. And so that's where it's really this two-way community, where it isn't just where you find a program and attend it, but you can help us create the programs. So I am going to play this short little video it just kind of explains it better than I can. It's cute.
Meet Vicky. She's really into cooking, K-pop, and finding her place in the world, whether it's school, work, or on YouTube. She found Curiko and started booking experiences, mindfulness meditation, exploring Haida culture, and the physics of light. It wasn't long before she realized that she was a community member and could host experiences for others. So she offered up something she loves, making homemade French fries. That's how she met Sam. Like Vicky, Sam was trying to figure out how they fit on this planet. They'd never really gotten to know somebody with a disability before, on equal footing. Sam and Vicky found that connecting with different people as fellow humans opened up all sorts of moments. Awkward and silly, beautiful and meaningful. And what is a good life, if not a collection of these kinds of big and little moments? Curiko, and moments of connection. Meet Vicky.
Nope. Vicky always wants to speak more than once. No, so experiences. This is kind of the crux of it. Except experiences can really be anything and take so many forms. So they can be one-on-ones where it is a host and someone books it as a participant, and you go and you do an experience together. It can be a group where there's a bunch of people in person or online, or it can even be a box, which has everything you need to kind of take with you. So actually, Elizabeth here, you actually host a one-on-one. Don't feel like you have to, but do you want to say anything about what's that's like?
Well, one-on-one means you work with, you have another person and you work with one-on-one. So it's sort of like a private group, but it's, it's nice because you really get to know the person more.
Yeah, I kind of feel that too. And what's it like for you hosting? Because you've hosted and attended experiences.
I really enjoy hosting and, attending too, because you get to meet a lot more people.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. With hosting, you get to kind of share something you care about But by attending, you not only meet a bunch of people, but you also oftentimes, or at least I have, got exposed to things I wouldn't have tried otherwise.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so in terms of the actual content of experiences, it can really be anything. And so really, you don't have to be an expert to run an experience, although we do have experts who run them. Really, experiences can be sharing information, but it can also be trying new things together, exploring a new topic. So myself, I host actually with my mom, I host a weekly virtual art journaling where we get creative and reflect every week. But we also have, an experience where it's actually like a TV watching, show watching kind of club together, where every week they watch a new episode of The Good Doctor and discuss it. So it can be something that's like a really specific activity, or it can be people who are just interested in engaging with the same thing together. But why do we do this? So why experiences? Well, it comes out of this underlying belief, this idea that a flourishing life is made up of big and little moments of connection. So it's about those big moments that stand out, but also all the little ones we have throughout. And there are so many different types of connection that we have all the time. And I don't think we even necessarily think about it that way. And it's all these little and big moments together that kind of make up our lives, that help shape who we are and make us feel fulfilled and happy and have us learn. And really, we think about moments of connection in many different ways. And so these are the big ones. So moments of connection to culture. So that's like ideas, ways of doing things. Moments of connection to a sense of purpose or potential. So how am I contributing? Sense of connection to people, to our friends, to our family, to our neighbors. Sense of connection to place, to the natural world, but also to built places, to neighborhoods, to, even infrastructure, sense of, feeling connected to the SkyTrain, for instance. And lastly, sense of connection to ourselves and our bodies. So this is our brains, this is what we're thinking and feeling, but also connecting to how we are feeling in our bodies and moving. So all these kinds of moments of connection. And all of us kind of need a mixture of all of these moments. But we often are kind of looking or seeking to have more of particular types. And so it is a new year. So what about anyone here, or if you're watching this later, just something to think about? What kind of moments of connection do you personally want more of right now? What do you think, Tamsin?
I would say I think I would like more connection to friends and family. I mean, I feel I did see a lot of people over the holidays, but I realized maybe I need to make more effort in seeing people on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's where you're at. How about you, Elizabeth? Is there one that stands out for you?
I think more connection to friends, especially right now with what I'm going through. I think it's good to have more connection to friends.
Yeah, I feel that. I think that's something a connection to people is something a lot of us feel.
Yeah.
For me right now, and I've kind of felt this for a while, but I'm still feeling this. I'm kind of leaning towards more connection to self and body, and specifically the idea of really feeling in my body and more connected, my brain and my body connected. So I've been doing a lot of mindful walking and stuff. And so that's something I'm trying to have more moments of right now. And so this always changes at different times, but it's something to start thinking about. What moments do I want more of? And what could that even look like? And with that in mind, that's kind of what we think Curiko is yes, Curiko is a website and you can see all these different experiences, but the point of it is that it's a galaxy of potential moments. Every experience could be lots of different types of moments you could experience. And so on Curiko, you can start exploring and figuring out kind of what you want. So that's what we're going to do right now, is we're going to do just a little bit of exploration. So let's check out the webpage. You tell me, can you guys, do you still see the slides, or do you see the Curiko webpage now? Good? Okay. always glad when it works. So let's do just a little bit of quick exploration. So this is what it looks like when you go to curiko.ca. Now you can see there's that video we watched before. You can scroll down and you can see that there's a bunch of categories that can start based on types of moments you might want more of. You can start exploring. So taste, make, move, connect, explore, and advocate. You can also scroll down and see what's happening, like coming up. So right now, the Good Doctor is happening. We got art journaling coming up. We got guitar with Dan. But the main way you'll kind of explore yourself is by going to discover experiences. And so on here, you can search for things that are just online, so that happen over Zoom, or things that are out in person in the Lower Mainland. So for in-person ones, you'll see this little map, and all the tiny little dots are in-person experiences that haven't happened yet. So they're coming up in the future. And you can see the ones on the side, or you can click them. So look, you can even see, here's Elizabeth. So you can see Learn to Knit. This one is a one-on-one. You can see at the top, it will say whether it's a one-on-one or a group. It says a little bit of information about it, a little bit of information about the host. And if you scroll down, there's a bit more of a detailed map. Now, it doesn't give you an exact address, because what you have to do to book an in-person experience is, or to attend one, is you have to make sure you book it, because then you get sent the address 2 days before. So it gives you enough of an understanding of where it is so that you know whether or not you can actually physically get there or not. But you gotta book it to get the exact address. And this just is so that our hosts have a better idea of how many people are coming. Yeah. But for virtual experiences, for those online ones, you don't even need to make an account. It's really useful to book those, because then you get reminder emails and texts. But if you don't, you can join it whenever. So like we saw before, there was one happening right now. So you could literally click on that and just join. But we have all sorts of things, and you can search also by interest. So maybe let's go to all. Maybe I'm really interested in making stuff. So I can see, so there is a graphic journaling experience that's a one-on-one in person. I can go and learn how to journal in a visual way. So maybe that's something I'm really excited about. Yeah. So there are lots of ways we can kind of click around and explore. Now, where we typically suggest people start is actually by attending and booking a welcome. So if you book a one-on-one welcome, it's a full hour with a team member like myself or Tamsin, where you get to really get a deep dive on how the platform works, but also get to have a conversation about how you might fit into Curiko. What are you interested in? We can explore experiences, ways to engage together, which is quite fun. Now, the other thing I got to log out to show you is we also do just a platform welcome. Now, how you book this is actually if we go to any in-person and we haven't done a welcome yet, then it's going to require us to do a quick 15-minute platform welcome. This is just so that we make sure you know how the booking works, who to reach out to, when you'll get information about where the experience is, who to reach out to if you're lost, all that information. And so you need to do that first, just once, and then you can book as many in person. But if I click on any in person right now, I can see it will say book a welcome. And that takes me right to it. And you have to schedule it. Have to schedule it for at least the next day, but we have tons and tons of times. So that's also a virtual little one you can do. Yeah. I think that's everything for looking at the website. Have I missed anything glaring, Tamsin? In terms of looking at the website?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. So let's go back to this. So now I'm actually going to hand it over to Tamsin to talk a little bit about something else we do, which is coaching.
Sure. And actually on the website, in order to find this coaching page, you have to, at the moment, scroll to the very bottom. Yeah. And then you can hit on coaching underneath. Keep going down. Oh, there, or the very bottom. You're right, Sarah. Either one of those connect you. Yeah, dive in. Or there's the other part at the very, very bottom too. Either one can connect you. Just for now, yeah, right above FAQ. So either one of those gets you to the page that Sarah's sharing. And in the future, we're going to be having it a little bit more featured as a featured page of coaching. So there are quite a few ways to get into coaching with us. I'm one of the coaches. We also have Bella, Colin, and Little Woo. And so one of the ways is through group coaching. And that is, we have Coach's Corner every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Lots of different topics are covered during Coach's Corner. Lots that people, we want to co-host with other people, bring up things that they really want to talk about. And I would say about coaching that it's the Coach's Corner isn't so much like we're the experts, teaching something. It's more, hey, we're all discussing something together, which is really nice. It's like, what do you think about, relationships or friendships, or, what does love mean to you? And what are the different types of ways, to express that? Or what is, how do you feel about anxiety? And what ways do you strategies or tools do you have for it? So we ask everybody, and it's really a nice place for everybody to be heard. So Coach's Corner is a great way just to get in on some group coaching and just to have conversations together. The other thing, ways to get involved, there's one-on-one coaching. You can always book an intro with a coach just to get an idea if there's something you want to talk about, or see, is this something that we would work on in coaching? Then you can book a time with us. And there's a few more in-person group coaching too that Little Woo does. Often there's a curiosity experience she has, and you go to the Vancouver Art Gallery or different places for that, which Sarah might find on there. And then there's also a couple coaching boxes you can book. So yes, there's some curiosity trips that are great to attend as well, have lots of time for discussion and reflection about different things. So there's always those going on, which are wonderful. And on the yeah, that was a really cool one. That was really neat, going to the Deer Lake Gallery and really embodying different ways and expressing different ways of doing art and really thinking about different things. It was a really, really good one. That I happened to go to that one as well.
And we consider this coaching. So coaching isn't just, really set specific goals, or, coaching doesn't have to look like a particular thing. Coaching is really kind of flexible and adaptable, and about, working with people.
Yeah. And like Sarah said earlier about moments, it's really about finding out what moments do you want more of in your life, and how can, as a coach, we support you in finding those moments. So really not so much, do you have a specific goal, but just like, what moments do you want more of? What moments do you want less of? And how can we kind of make that happen? So that's one of the ways we can chat about if we meet in person or online for coaching. And the coaching box, Sarah, if you want to go to the website for a minute and go to boxes, we can talk for a minute about that. So you just go to Discover Experiences and click on the format that is boxes. And there's a couple coaching ones. The one is Mindfulness with Asian Arts. That one is great. It's all about breath work and really connecting with your breath. And you use the paintbrush and breathe with your breath, and everything you need to do it, including the instructions, all in the box. You can do it alone with the group. You can pick up the box in the studio if you're local. We're just in Burnaby. So it says right there that you can just let us know if you want a box at hello@curiko.ca. If you go to sign up to order the box, it'll take you to a place where it actually costs money to deliver. And that's just because the post office charges $25 to deliver the box, but we don't charge anything if you want to pick it up for free. If you just live out of town and you want it sent to you, we can do that. But otherwise, we can arrange to pick it up if you email us. So a couple different coaching boxes, all about, breath work. This other one is thinking with our hands and bodies. And it's a lot of really out of the box. It comes in a box, but it's out of the box thinking about ways to create the life that you want. And these are just a few pictures of people doing that in different ways when they had the box. So it's a really cool working with your hands, with clay and all kinds of different objects that you find, and creating a story about your life and what you want. So lots of ways to get connected with coaching. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at tamsin@curiko.ca, or book one of our intro to coaching sessions on the platform.
That's the thing. The search function is also really great.
Yes.
If you happen to know what you're looking for. But here it is. So intro to coaching.
Perfect. Thanks, Sarah.
So, we've kind of looked at the platform and talked a bit about experiences and coaching, but there's actually a lot of different ways you can connect with Curiko. And it's not like some programs where, you're a participant, there's a set way to be a participant. Those can be really, really great and useful. But Curiko is a little different. It's not a program. It's actually, like I said, it's a community building platform. And so there are many different roles you can play as a community member, and you can shift and play different roles at different times. So some of the main kind of roles you can take on is 1, participate. Anyone and everyone can participate in whatever ways make most comfortable to you. Join experiences, go on coaching. There is one-on-one coaching, but you don't have to be involved in one-on-one coaching to book a group coaching experience, or even to do one of the one-on-one coaching experiences on the platform. For instance, Tamsin does a mindful photography, which is considered a one-time coaching. or Coach Bella does a plan your grocery shop one. So they're all ways to get into coaching too. But also you can host. Anyone can host. Individuals can host. Groups of people can host. Organizations have hosted. In fact, Connectra and All Bodies Dance actually has right now one of their improv dance experiences virtual up on the platform. And so organizations can host, but so can businesses. So if there's something you really love to do, like Elizabeth loves to knit, you can explore what coaching could look like. Maybe you're starting a new kind of line of work or want to start a business and you kind of want to try something out. Hosting can also be a great way as kind of a step in, as trying something out. Someone is about to start hosting a piano experience where they're not necessarily going to be teaching the piano, but they're going to offer opportunities for people to get exposed and start learning and get really playful with the piano. And they're going to use this as a way for them to gain confidence in their own ability to hopefully start their own music school in the future. And so there are many ways to kind of get involved. But also, don't worry, you're not left completely to your own devices. We work with you. If you've got your own idea, we're not going to force you to change it, but we will provide support and ideas and a bouncing off board and talk about accessibility and, help you create really cool slides or physical things you can print and use. So really it is a collaboration. And one thing we haven't talked about yet is moderating. So moderators are for virtual experiences. And sometimes it can be really, really hard over Zoom to create a sense of community and also to problem solve all the times things go wrong. There's tech issues, making sure the room is started. How do I run my experience and look at the chat at the same time? There's a lot going on. And so moderators are people who are really comfortable on Zoom, who want to help create that sense of community, help with tech issues, and they really are there to support and help the host while also fully participating in the experience. And so that's a really great way to be involved too. All three of these ways of being involved are completely free. But they're also we all kind of volunteer our time and choose to be there. So if you're hosting or moderating, you are volunteering, but you're also getting the opportunity to participate in other experiences completely for free.
Yeah, and one thing about the moderator is we do have moderator training. So you don't have to know how to do all those things perfectly, but there is moderator training, and there's actually a little experience you can book on the platform to learn how to moderate and be one of our moderators. So a lot of people do start off as participants and think, you know what, I could probably moderate this call and then gain that experience. And so, yes, thanks for pulling up, Sarah. So yeah, it's awesome. You can get that training if you aren't sure if I can do it, but a lot of people try it and love it and look forward to practicing those facilitation skills.
Yeah. Yeah, so there are lots and lots of ways to kind of get involved, as I have said. But a great way to get started, I'm just going to pull it up again, is, like I said, is to join a welcome session. It's really a great way to have a longer conversation. Let's get to know each other. Let's start the process of building a relationship. But also another way to do that is once a month, we have our open house. So the next one, it's always on the fourth Thursday of the month, which is sometimes the last Thursday and sometimes the second last Thursday because weeks are weird. But it's the fourth Thursday of the month. This time around, it is January 25th, and it's from 9 to 1 p.m. These are always at our Curiko studio. And although it's nice to book this for your own reminder, this is one of the only in-person experiences that we put the address right there. Because feel free to stop by in, bring a friend, tell someone else about it. We love when people stop in. Yes, we'll tell you a bit about Curiko, but unlike the kind of presentation we're doing right now, we really prefer these to be more of hands-on. So come in, we have different mini experiences, get a chance to have your own moment of connection. Maybe do an activity where you figure out more moments of connection you might want. So come in, and it's really, they're often quite fun. Sometimes there's candy, sometimes you do art. We've had paint, we've had clay, we've had all sorts of stuff at these open houses. You never quite know what you're gonna walk into, which is quite fun. Yeah, but that is a really awesome way to start getting involved. Yes, but also if you have any questions, a lot of information was packed into this. Typically when we do this, because it's less of a video, less of a stream thing, we tend to have lots of opportunity for kind of questions and opportunity to have a discussion. So instead, reach out. So if you have any questions about coaching or anything like that, you can reach out to Tamsin. Her emails are right on the screen right now. If you are curious about hosting or have questions about upcoming experiences, you can reach out to me, sarahk@curiko.ca. Also, if you're having trouble getting started, really unsure, you can always call or text, it is a cell phone, this number down below, 604-862-5836. That's a really great way to get a hold of us right away, or mostly right away. Or you can also email hello@curiko.ca. Yeah, so lots of different ways to reach out and get involved. Yeah, don't be shy. But because you are here, Elizabeth, and you are a community member, will I leave this up if anyone needs to write it down? Is there anything you want people to know, Elizabeth, about Curiko from your experience?
Well, I just think that Curiko was fun, like trying all, like I've tried some different experiences, and things that I've always wanted to try, and, I've really enjoyed doing it, and trying all the different things.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, I feel the same way. That although, I work with Curiko, I also often attend experiences I have nothing directly involved in because they excite me.
You always learn new things from it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't always know what you will enjoy or
Right.
be interested in until you give it a shot.
Right.
Yeah. And I guess I'll just end it with just a couple of things I know we have coming up right away. One I'm gonna grab. So we have a really cool little something called the Little Nomad Adventure coming up. And these often when the weather is not unpredictable as it is in the winter, you tend to go to different neighborhoods and do kind of a walk and photos. But for the winter, it is their flavor adventures. So this one is going to be Curious Flavors. And so you come and you're going to be guided through tasting and being exposed to all sorts of different flavor combinations. I have a little bit, I wasn't told all of them, but I have an idea on what some of them are. And one of them, I'm genuinely curious because I think it will be amazing. And another one I'm a little scared about. So, you just really don't know. So that's one thing that's coming up really soon. So that's Saturday, January 13th. So that's coming up right away, and is super exciting. And then the other one that's coming up really soon, in person, that I want to mention is Future Reflections, which is Thursday, January 18th. And this is an opportunity to imagine your 2024. What will that look like? It's a great way to kind of reflect and think about it, and you get to kind of envision yourself as your present and the imagined future. So that's another in-person that's coming up right away. Yeah. I guess the only last thing that I will say is that with all of our experiences, it's also really great to scroll down to our sections on setting and accessibility. So not every experience can be accessible or the right fit for everyone, because it's impossible. People have different needs. But getting a sense on what it says under accessibility is a great place to start, knowing whether it's right for you. The next is looking at setting. So often we describe like this: there will be quiet, calm music. So in the setting, we try to give you as much information on what the sensory environment will be like, so that you know what to expect and you can decide, is it right for me? If you ever have any questions about accessibility, or if you have a specific need, that is where you can message the host. Messaging the host is a really, really great way to have any of your questions. It's not showing up right now because I'm no longer signed in, but it says see profile. And if I was signed in, it would also say message, but now you can see it. So I'm clicked on the profile and then I can message the host. This host, don't know what happened. They had a profile, but you can see from other hosts, they've got their profile information more up. Yeah. So like Rodrigo's a really good example. He tells a lot about himself. He's got all his strengths, and then I can message him. I'd have to, yeah. I can send him a message and then he'll get an email saying I messaged him, so he'll get right back to me. Yeah. Well, I know we're a little early, but unless anyone has anything else to add, I think I'll probably end it there. But thank you so much for having us, and I do hope that people will check it out. Reach out and go to curiko.ca.
Yeah, it was really wonderful. So many new things to learn.
Awesome. What do you guys have coming up? What other organizations are presenting this month?
This month,
I'm just curious.
we have a perspective series about navigating housing with disability next week.
Cool.
And then we have one on community living, health and inclusive living. And then on January 29th, the Learnery.
The Learnery. Cool. Wide range of stuff. Very interesting.
And then we have our programs like yoga, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, we have a fitness, and then Friday, we have the dance class. So.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.